Good morning and welcome to BHC. Today I'm Pastor Dave. I am so glad you've joined me for a time, a springboard time for our day and for our new week. This is the last week of September, believe it or not, and it's going to be a great week. We've had a wonderful weekend here at Bellevue Heights Church again. The Lord provided wonderful worship experiences with great teaching from Pastor Rob, with our people coming together as we do enjoy in love and care for one another. And so it was a great weekend. Pastor Rob has been preaching on the end times. Jesus wins. Don't you love that? Jesus wins. And each sermon has ended with this very positive sense, with this very positive teaching principle from Pastor Rob, biblical principle that is in following Christ, in having faith and trust and confidence in Him. We don't have to be very concerned. We don't have to be concerned at all about the end times because we are ready. Whatever the interpretation might be, whatever the direction it goes, we're ready. And in fact, if today is my end time, I'm ready. And that's the good news, and that's the optimism we live in. I want to start just our few minutes together today with asking you a very simple question. How are you doing? How are you doing? Are you feeling, and I use the word feeling kind of on the emotional, but maybe more spiritual realm, the realm of how you're responding to how things are going. I guess we're back to the word feeling, but how are you feeling? How are you doing? And it's a loaded question, and everyone who hears my voice today can answer it in a different way. And I am thinking right now about my feelings and my sense as to how I'm doing and how things are going. And then I come to this question of, what am I wrapping myself around that provides and leads toward those feelings I have? For the follower of Christ, we're human just like everyone else, and we have all kinds of challenges, troubles. We have, in this season, a lot of us have physical challenges, doctor's appointments, and so sometimes we can easily allow ourselves to be driven by all that stuff, all the medicines we've got to take. Then on the other hand, we might be in this new economy, which we're now living in, concerned and filled with some apprehension, feeling apprehensive about our resources stretching far enough and the like. Maybe there is dysfunction in family life, and so we can wrap ourselves around that. What are you wrapping yourself around today? Your emotions, your feelings. Jesus invites us to step aside from what we're wrapping ourselves around and wrap ourselves around Him. Wrapping ourselves around Him, who is love in person, God's love in person, to wrap ourselves around Him, the way, the truth, and the life. And to me, when I begin to live into that, stepping aside from, I've got so much to do, I just, don't know how I'm going to get it all done, and we can easily do that type of thinking, and sinking into letting myself wrap around that emotionally, changing my optimism. Well, we're just not going to do it, are we? I'd like to read to you from the Passion Translation, from 1 Corinthians 13. I'm not going to read it all, but as you know, that's the love chapter of the Bible. But there are parts, this helps me in it. I think it helps us to refresh the perspective that each day we're invited to wrap ourselves around Jesus. We're invited to wrap ourselves around His love, His way of life. And so let me read, and I think it'll all make sense. Love is large and incredibly patient. Love is gentle and consistently kind to all. It refuses to be jealous when blessing comes to someone else. Love does not brag about one's achievements, nor inflate its own importance. Love does not traffic in shame and disrespect, nor selfishly seek its own honor. Love is not easily irritated or quick to take offense. Love joyfully celebrates honesty and finds no delight in what is wrong. Love is a safe place of shelter, for it never stops believing the best for others. Love never takes failure as defeat, for it never gives up. Love never stops loving. It extends beyond the gift of prophecy, which eventually fades away. It is more enduring than tongues, which will one day fall silent. Love remains long after words of knowledge are forgotten. Love remains long after words of knowledge are forgotten. Our present knowledge and our prophecies are but partial. But when love's perfection arrives, the partial will fade away. When I was a child, I spoke about childish matters, for I saw things like a child and reasoned like a child. But the day came when I matured. I set aside my childish ways. For now we see but a faint reflection of riddles and mysteries, as though reflected in a mirror. But one day we will see face to face. My understanding is incomplete now, but one day I will understand everything, just as everything about me has been fully understood. Until then, there are three things that remain: faith, hope, and love. Yet love surpasses them all. So above all else, let love be the beautiful prize for which you run. The word of the Lord, which we give thanks for. And yet love. God is love. So what are we going to wrap ourselves around today? What is going to affect the character of our emotions, how we feel about the future, the optimism or not that we have? Well, we are invited to wrap ourselves around God's love. And in doing so, He infuses us. He comes into our heart and life in a fresh new way. He's there already, but sometimes because we're not wrapping ourselves in Him, there's not much He can do with us emotionally until we just receive and wrap ourselves around Him and receive all He has for us. This is going to be a good day, no matter what. No matter what. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He fill you to overflowing with His love. And may, no matter where you are right now, you wrap yourself in His love and the optimism that comes that He's got us. He's in charge. And we love Him. So let's live like it. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.